Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Lightweight Division, powered by McCarl Family Racing. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. He trains with the Chosen Few Gym and is sponsored by L2 Fitness, Dustin Breedlow Tattoo, S&B Tubing, and CBD American Shaman. Joining us from Madison, Wisconsin, J.T. Schulte. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands an even 6 feet tall and weighed in at 158 pounds. He trains at Wildside Combat Center and is sponsored by Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, Mac Fitness and Nutrition, Bloom Hemp CBD, Vital Proteins, Balanced Chiropractic, Whiteout Promotions, and Say Uncle Photography. Joining us from Clarksville, Tennessee, Brandt the Beast Cooper.
Okay, real quick when we finish with Cooper. Sorry, I was saying Schulte because I was still talking about Schulte, but Cooper coming in 6 feet. He's like, that's the 155-pound norm these days. Crazy size.
Insane, yeah. Cooper has got his game face locked and loaded, ready to scrap. Let's see what we got going on here. Brandt the Beast Cooper and JT Schulte starts right now. Cooper starting out with an inside leg kick there. Doubling it up. Schulte's got that quadzilla shit going on, pardon me.
I like how he throws the punches, get inside again. Getting inside, utilize your hands to do it. Make sure, don't just come charging in without something. Nice kick by Cooper. The range, he's already starting to find it. The inside leg kick, setting him up, utilizing that 6-foot frame, throwing that jab and keeping him out there.
Big slam from Schulte.
Couldn't stop that shot. Picked him up, dumped him, inside control right now.
Effortless, the way he picked him up.
It's definitely seemed like it. Let's see if he can capitalize on this position.
You know, I like the one job. He's doing a really good job of keeping side control. Cooper's doing, you know, not allowing him to sit in like that. Now he wants to sit on that one leg. That's the one thing I like about for Schulte is sit on that one leg, work on that side control right there, and don't force it. But again, Cooper's doing a good job with hand fighting, and trying to get himself back into a guard or whatever he's got to do to get out of the side control.
Full mount. Is that
full mount?
Absolutely. Right into full mount.
Got his legs wrapped up.
It looks like from the bottom, Cooper looking at a Kimura here.
Looking like it. What do you say, champ? What does he need to do to lock that one in? Is he
trying to turn him over right now?
Yeah, he's too committed with it right now, and that was the problem. He was going for it. He gave up the mount in the process. I was hoping maybe he could muscle his way through to get it. But then again, Schulte did a really good job of taking the back, moving around behind him, and now capitalizing again. I think he just held on to it too long.
Working that possible arm triangle.
And he's got the mount. He's got to step over.
Yeah, definitely got to get out of that mount.
And he does.
And he does.
Actually,
it's a bad position right here for Cooper.
Cooper did a good job of sprawling that left leg and not letting Schulte step over all the way. But he still got that knee up against his hip. And now he's pulling back.
What's that defense of that arm triangle, champs? Like the telephone they call it?
Well, he's answering the phone is one thing, but again, what he's got to do is he can't let Schulte belly out and flatten down like that. And he's doing a really good job pulling on his hip and keeping him from really being able to flatten out and crank down on it.
And now Schulte's in such a great... Now, why would he try to go for mount again when he had that arm triangle?
I think he's looking to possibly bail off of it, and maybe, like I said, now he gives up the belly, he can start working for rear naked choke, but I think he was kind of bailing out on the arm triangle. Cooper's doing a really good job in these defenses, not panicking. He was in some deep water there for a minute.
For a hot second, he definitely was.
A little over halfway through the first round.
Back to his feet is Cooper. Sorry, JB.
No, that's fine. We're about halfway through. Cooper back to his feet. He definitely found more success on his feet, but Schulte had no problem in closing the distance and dumping him. Right now he's got
to lock in. Yeah,
I mean, I don't think he's in any trouble right now to submit.
It's hard to, yeah. Both of these submission attempts, the arm triangle and the guillotine right there, you got to worry about blowing your arms out with a big guy like Schulte.
Again,
big dump, and Schulte's doing exactly what he should be doing as the wrestler, the more compact wrestler, staying inside the control, side control right here, constantly going back in on a takedown, staying in his face, making him work. Cooper has had to put in an insane amount. Look how red the shoulders are. Look how red the neck is. A lot of anaerobic going on right now.
For sure. Schulte doing what the young lady Olivia Beaskow did and sticking to him and staying heavy, as you called it, champ. Not giving him room to breathe. Looks like Cooper's trying to walk the cage here. Schulte not necessarily allowing that to go down.
A little over a minute left in the round. Looks like a Schulte round right now. Cooper's going to have to get up and do something if he wants to take this round back. But again, Schulte doing a great job of like chain wrestling from one position to the next. Controlling the top, and again, but no shame in Cooper, the hand fighting. The importance of hand fighting, you just need to watch this video.
Nice
Tries
reverse.
to sit out,
Well,
goes for a switch, re-switch, switch, re-switch, gets out in front. Schulte landing some right hands as he goes for mount again. He's in full guard. Got Cooper pressed up against the cage, his head up against the cage. Cooper doing a good job of not getting hit clean, but not able to get out of these positions and really just getting dominated on the ground. And that's one thing. He's having to put in so much work just to try to fight off Schulte in a way. Like, again, you just got this hammer, this wrecking ball sitting on top of you, and it's just a lot of weight. He's solid. He's not wasting his time with too many punches, keeping the positions, and he's really, really making Cooper have to work down there.
Without a doubt.
And this looks like just another day at the office for Schulte. You can just, again, look at the skin tone on both these guys. One guy's beat red. And one is just, we all need some sun, but you can tell he's not really panicking.
Hey, I don't need this.
We all need sun. That's that
vitamin D.
That's vitamin D.
Great first round, man. How do you think they're scoring that? The judges, that is.
You know, it's a 10-9. I don't think that warrants a 10-8. You know, I know that there's some 10-8s thrown out around there. People start lobbing those things out like Skittles. You can't be doing that with those. There's no 10-8s are. People always ask that, and if I may, the idea of a 10-8 is when you have to fully give up on offense and go straight to surviving. The choke is so deep, you're panicking, you're stuck, you're hand fighting, and you're in there for a couple of minutes. You know, and that's the one thing. But you look at Schulte and his aggression, just like I said right here, just the way that I like Cooper keeping that distance, the kicks. He needs to do more of that. But that's the one thing is when you see Schulte, he just shot from a distance.
That was a nice shot.
Utilized, and that's with power. And he knows that's going to have to happen. He's got to keep that range with that kick.
Like you said, it was an effortless takedown in that first round. How are our polls looking there, Bermas?
We got it almost down the middle at 50.79% for Schulte and 49.21% for Cooper. And again, if Cooper wants success, he's going to have to keep him at the distance and not let him shoot in, because it seems like Schulte shoots in, he's going to get that takedown.
He's got that power, without a doubt.
And not just a takedown, but a takedown where he dumps you. There he goes again.
Goes for it. Successful again with the takedown. Schulte.
Man, he's
sticking to him like glue.
He scooped that double leg very quickly. You know, that was the one thing you have to question it when you're just throwing 2 or 3 kicks, knowing that this guy's going to try to take you down and he's going to catch that leg. Use those hands to set that up. Fire off 1, 2, 3, kick. Something when you just lobbing kicks out there, you know he's going to catch one. So when would you use a kick in that situation? Because I think you're right. Would you use a body kick when that guy comes in to try to keep the distance? Or would you really just try to settle on your hands until maybe you've stunned your opponent and then implement that? Well, you know, that's the thing is use those hands to set up the kicks. Disguise the kick, jab, cross, hook, bam. Throw that jab, cross, because you can tell he wobbles him pretty hard when he keeps kicking towards the head. So set up that head kick, pop a double jab, boom, move off to the side. Add a little circle in there so the freight train can't, if it's coming straight at you, step off the tracks a little bit. And if he is shooting in like that, maybe look for a knee. Maybe not a jumping knee, but, you know, those short knees with people coming in. We already saw one counter that put somebody flat with a left hand. All it takes is your opponent stepping in the wrong way against the wrong way of a strike, and that can be lights out.
Any given night, ladies and gentlemen.
And right now, it looks like a choke attempt by Schulte, but nothing really locked.
There he is. Looks like it up.
Cooper up, but on the cage again, looking to get dumped.
Right back in, and I love that he clears the legs on the way down, past the guard, puts a knee right on the throat, make things nice and uncomfortable.
Some old Matt Hughes goodness right there.
Cooper's just going to have to, again, this is one of those situations, speaking of a Matt Hughes, right? You got this kid on top of you. You're having to work twice as hard on the bottom just to try to survive, just to try to get out of there. And that's got to just tax you when it comes to having any kind of gas left in the tank.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like you said, almost like the girls are like JT is doing a great job of just sticking to Brandt Cooper, giving him no room to breathe.
Well, see, I like he's got what we call the Dagestani handcuff over there on the one side, controlling that far wrist control. And then now it's just one arm on one arm, my left against your left. You're either going to have to post up or you're going to have to block, but you don't get to do both.
And it looks
He's
again
going for it.
for that
Lost
Kimura,
it.
but both of those Kimura attempts were really not with any kind of force. They're defensive at best. Side control from Schulte with one arm or one leg kind of hooked in there.
Dropping some elbows there for a hot second.
He's reached around his body with his hands clasped. A little over 2 minutes left.
And you can't stress it enough how much energy it takes if you're keeping somebody like that off you.
Look how red his face is. Look how red his shoulders and everything is. The oxygen is just, he's having to do so much to try to move underneath that, right? Especially when, with the wrestlers, they know how to make themselves heavier. And when they just clamp down, they went from 155 to 255. Boom, you know what I mean?
As the fight goes on, without a doubt.
And that's the deal, is you got to sit there and you got to work so hard. And I like, again, he's not getting into these scrambles with punches.
Nice
good
escape from
scramble,
Cooper.
good knee.
And knee on the way out.
Knee on the, absolutely.
He's still got very well trained in the aspect, good conditioning. For him to be able to get out from underneath there and come back and start throwing some offense is pretty impressive.
This is definitely where Brandon needs to start getting his strikes going. Keep his opponent on the outside, because it's going to wind up just like that. 1 minute and 15 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen, in this fight for the 155 strap, professional strap here in Caged Aggression.
Oh, he stepped right over. Cooper goes to his back. Schulte got one under. He's got his right arm under there. Maybe trying to lock those hands together for a choke. Not sure if he's going to get there. Cooper does a good job of peeling that away.
How important is that, champ? That wrist control when you get somebody going for the choke like that.
Well, he's doing a phenomenal job of hand fighting. He's doing a great, I mean, I know I'm saying phenomenal too much, but he's doing a great job of hand fighting and staying out of his trouble. Now you just got to kind of set it up a little bit. And that's one thing, the short
He's got it under
there. It is.
He has it under there.
30 seconds to go, and that's pretty deep. He's
That
locked
is
it in.
deep.
That could be it.
JT Schulte with a deep rear
Cooper
naked
fights
choke.
the
Good
hand.
job. Then you take it into the short choke. Did he switch? I can't see with the camera.
Nope, he got out of it. Now
At
it's
that
under his
point,
chin
the short
again.
choke
20 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen.
Trying to lock it in. Cooper has his hand kind of in between, but it's under. Now, do you think that that's just a case of him not being in the right position, or his arms gassed, Jens?
It's just, I'm giving it the amount of toughness. That was a tough, I mean, he's holding on for dear breath. The toughness of this kid is unreal. Cooper sitting there and hand fighting, that's got to just be heartbreaking for Schulte right there.
That is a fair point, though, Bermas, because he went for those arm triangles, those guillotines earlier in the fight, and I was wondering, too, is he going to blow his arms out? I can tell you what, JT looks like his gas tank is slowly depleting here.
He's looking tired. He did not get up happy. You know, I think, like I said, I think he went all in, trying to go with that choke, a lot of squeezing, like you said. And that's, man, hats off the way that Cooper still keeps fighting. It's
Incredible
impressive.
defense from Cooper, without a doubt.
Cooper definitely needs the finish in this third round. I think that, or is this 5-rounder?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Let me make sure. No, you're right. This is a 5-rounder. So
Yeah,
wow,
the
we've
pros.
got to wait. You know, if Cooper can last through this round and still have this gas tank, we could see something really different if it goes to the fourth. Maybe halfway through the third.
I agree.
You know, you had Schulte kind of stumble to get up there, slipped a little bit, did look a little frustrated and unhappy. He has thrown the kitchen sink at him.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Like you said, we will see in this third round here. And
Cooper's
got the gas
dancing.
tank?
Cooper's dancing.
Yes, yes. Cardio, baby, cardio. Bill is fighting to stress that so much. What can you do in the deep waters of the deep championship rounds?
Schulte kind of backing up on that strike by Cooper. Keep Cooper using his legs, dancing around a little bit. Schulte swinging wild with that left.
Nice midsection kick from Schulte. Yeah, I was going to say, man, keep outside, Brandt.
As soon as Cooper lunged in with those two strikes, Schulte just dipped that level, took him down.
Changed levels and waited. He brought the food to him.
Well, and we'll see if Schulte can stick to him like he has been, and it doesn't. Brandt's almost already back to his feet,
And he's already on his back, one hook in, very bad position for Cooper.
Yes.
But again, Cooper, every time he's been in these positions, has done a great job of surviving. Oh, elbow from the back on Cooper.
Well, let's see if Schulte has that gas tank to do what he's been doing in the first 2 rounds while he has his opponent on the ground.
On his back, no hooks in, elbows from the side, holding that arm. Cooper's left arm trapped.
Starting to flatten him out here, going for that possible rear naked again. Let's see if he has the strength to complete it, close it out.
Not the best of positions to close that out right now, but
slipping off the back there.
Absolutely.
Coming off to the side. He's got to readjust. Smart job catching the middle of a transition right there. If you're going to go for that choke, but that's the one thing again. There is no shame in Cooper. This kid is he's a fighter, 100%.
Oh, that's deep.
That one's under the chin.
That's deep. That is deep, ladies and gentlemen.
He's got the arms clasped. Let's see, that could actually be it.
Let's see. I mean, what's he need to do? Can't peel away that wrist?
He's got a short choke, palm to palm, and stop trying to stick it behind the head. And that's one thing. He's going to keep grabbing that hand. You got a short choke, palm to palm, and just choke it that way. Once he pulls it down, there you go. He's kind of getting forced into it right now with this choke. Palm to palm and stick it behind the shoulder so he can't hand fight it.
But Cooper out, switches up his arms.
Good defense by Cooper, obviously, but what about Schulte? Is this because his arms are gassed? That he's not able to get the full completion of the technique?
Well, I do think it has something to do with the fact he's not going for that palm to palm. Cooper has been resilient. You know, he can't be, at 100% wind right now, and you see it right there, where Cooper's been able to turn it around, and you had Schulte in full mount, he wasn't able to keep it.
The scrambling right there, he almost wasn't able to scramble out of that. You can see Cooper has more in the tank. Schulte's got to just be disheartened as many times he's had this back, trying to put him away. Look at now, all of a sudden that sprawl is working.
Yes.
We're getting sweaty, and now we're looking at.
And look at the grind on Cooper's face as he brings those knees up to his head.
And
Big uppercut!
That was a shot level.
That was a shot, not a drop.
That was it looked like a drop. Well timed.
It definitely did.
He's got to make sure he gets his butt off the side. Great elbows. He's got to get those legs back.
And just like we talked about in the beginning of the round, 2 more rounds after this, and the tide has turned just about midway through the 3rd. Cooper looking a lot more in control, being able to sprawl, almost getting up his will.
Right,
without a doubt.
And now, you can kind of see the wear. And he does. He has that choke in.
He's got it in really deep, made him back out. Now he's got to fight the hands.
Then you got that sweat factor again.
Oh, good knee. Good uppercut on the way out, straight. Schulte with net, and there you can see it again. The sprawl.
The gas tank is emptying.
He's able to sprawl.
Uppercut from Cooper.
The grit of Cooper. The grit to turn this is just amazing.
Schulte almost on autopilot right now.
1 minute left. Cooper needs to create some separation, man. Schulte's gas tank is almost empty. He can piece him up.
And what a turn of events.
Without a doubt.
Pinning that arm down. Cooper in kind of a pseudo half guard with Schulte up against the cage. Trapping Schulte's left arm as he strikes him in the face.
Just as much energy as it took for Cooper to defend, it took that much more energy for Schulte to maintain those dominant positions, and it looks like it's starting to take a toll with 30 seconds left here in the 3rd round.
And now Cooper on top, in full guard, landing strikes, actually looking better with those strikes than Schulte did previously. Doesn't look like he's interested in the submission. It looks like he's interested in the finish.
I think that's a testament to the gas tank of Schulte at this point.
About 10 seconds
Big
left.
punches, flattened him out. He's still in a panic position. Nope, he's doing all right.
And that gentleman makes it 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah.
And here comes that 4th round.
Real.
Well, actually, they're just bumping. I'm wondering if this is going to be 5 rounds. That may be in it. That may have been it. Is it? And you can see the work that was done by Cooper at the end. Definitely opening up a little bit.
Well, our back, folks, we thought it was a 5-round contest.
Well, what it's going to boil down to is 2 rounds to 1, but what did they do on that one? Unbelievable. I mean, the control of Schulte, using his power. He's got to be frustrated because he had him in deep waters a couple times with the rear naked choke, taking his back. But for this kid, Cooper's gonna wish this was a 5-round fight. He was just starting to take over.
Yes, he was.
Big props to the conditioning.
Very big, yeah.
In fact, no matter who wins this one, let's run it back. What do you think, my good one? Let's run this one back.
I definitely would like to see that. Because this is for the strap. This is for that Caged Aggression 155 strap.
And you know, you look at Cooper now, it wasn't 10 minutes ago, he was beat red from head to toe.
Beat red, yeah, 100%. He's done a great job. I mean, again, props to the conditioning, the work that he put into this. Cause
definitely a war of attrition, man. Both fighters war on each other.
Oh, and then all of a sudden the sprawl game was working. He really had him in a lot of trouble in that last round.
Yes, he did. Another great fight here at Caged Aggression, folks.
Yeah,
again, if you're
surprised?
watching,
This is what we do here at Caged Aggression MMA, ladies and gentlemen. In this second night of a 3-night historic mixed martial arts pay-per-view event.
Don't play around in the Midwest.
Nope. We pumped out a champion or two, one sitting right next to me. Brandt Cooper looked like he's ready to go 2 more rounds.
You know, it's up in between rounds. They pick up the scorecards, right? Because there might be some people that are trying to rate like, hey, I don't know, I want to give it to this guy. It's a good thing they pick up those 2 rounds beforehand because it's one of those things where it's really hard. I mean, Schulte did a good job, but the way that you steal it at the end like that of Cooper, his tenacity just keep coming forward, and then, man.
JB, how do our poll numbers look out as this one closed out?
They got Schulte at 54%, and again, I think he's got it 2 rounds to 1. We'll find out in a moment.
Just a momento.
And in comes Jason Vargas to announce the results.
He could have applied those sprawls early.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to your judges' scorecard for our decision. Our judges scored this contest 29-28, 29-28, and 29-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, J.T. Schulte.
And really the only surprise there is that one of those judges gave out one of those 10-8 rounds that we were talking about.
Hand them out like candy.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to have 10-8s. I'm down with the live
All right,
scoring.
come on over here, JT. Congratulations on the big win here tonight. I don't think there's one person in this building or sitting at home that would be mad if we got one more round out of that fight. Hey, talk about how it feels coming back and getting that first big win on the professional side of things.
Oh yeah, it feels good. Brandt's a really tough kid. I knew it was going to come down to this. That's why I wanted the first 2 rounds. I gave that last minute up to him. He definitely put in the work. I wish I could do a little bit more with my hands, but I was tired, so I did what I had to do.
Well, look, it looked like you had a couple of those submissions in real tight, man. What was going through your head there when he was refusing to go away?
Yeah, man, they're close. We're both really sweaty. I couldn't quite sink them in and burn my own arms out, so I couldn't get up and throw the combinations I wanted to, but that's the way it goes.
Well, look, we know you're a workhorse. We know you're tired. We know you just earned this big win, so I want to give you a chance to mention anyone or anything that you want before we close it out.
Yeah, man, got another big fight from my teammate coming up tomorrow night as well. Dante Shiro, Devin Seats, 2 animals. We all worked really hard for this. My coaches, Josh, D, all the coaches that come in every day, we all work really hard.
Well, we can definitely tell that, JT. Look, we're all really looking forward to seeing what comes next in your career, but I'll tell you what, until then, enjoy the win, enjoy the celebration. Let's hear it one more time for your winner, ladies and gentlemen, J.T. Schulte.